Imagine being an 8-year-old girl, minding your own business, walking home from school, and then the next thing you know, you're brutally murdered on the banks of a river. You think I'm joking? Absolutely not. This is the legend of Sweet Fanny Adams, but sadly, legendary became reality. Butchered alive, ironically, by a butcher in 1865. And she was laid right there. Mutilated whilst being alive, all of her shit thrown in the river, and she was left to die piece by piece, limb by limb, right where my cameraman's standing. Of course, none of these houses were there. None of the houses behind you were there. Nothing but green fields. Who heard her scream? Nobody. It wasn't until a dog tried to run off with her leg the following day she was actually found and eventually taken away to the hospital. There's more to come. I'll show you her grave shortly. Fanny is described as being about this high, with long shoulder length hair, dressed entirely in white, whereas the man who murdered her, who also happens to apparently haunt these very meadows, is described as being 6.5 feet tall, with no distinguishing features or anything evident, with bright red eyes. I'd say that's pretty evident and pretty distinguishing, but hey. So we're now going to take you to the grave of Sweet Fanny Adams, who died at the age of 8 years, 4 months old back in 1865. Come with us. And here she is. Fanny Adams, 8-year-old girl, brutally murdered in those lovely meadows that are literally a few months ago. In a really weird situation as well, because the town of Alton really wanted to come pay their respects to her. Her headstone's back to front. So all the writing is on this side, whereas her grave uniquely comes this way. Now the feet are here, and whereas normally all your writing would be on this side, ironically, it's all there. Paid for completely by voluntary subscriptions, as is written on her headstones. The people and town came together to make sure that her headstone was restored from what it was back in the 1800s. Another ironic fact as well is the fact the butcher, who was obviously responsible for the main part of her brutal mutilation and ultimate killing, also attended her funeral, paying the respects with her mum, her dad, the rest of the family and friends. How much more screwed up can you be than to attend the funeral of the person you killed? Ladies and gents, you might think it's a legend, you might think it's a myth. We've now proven to you. The next time you hear the phrase Sweet Fanny Adams, not only will you know where it came from, you'll also know where she's laid to rest. Remember, ladies and gents, it's Lindentv. Miss it, miss out.